if you were an expert at PowerPoint, to take charge of this, but nobody wanted it, so I said I would do it. But I'm certainly not an expert in putting together powers. Brianna, you are after Arielis. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. So this is what you get when you have a teacher who is technologically challenged. So.
No, but at least all of our presentations are on there.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know what? Exactly. Small victories, right? Little victory, little, baby steps. So we'll get through that. So thank you guys for all working so hard and getting everything here. Welcome back, Genesis. Who are we missing? Who did not make it over from our class? Here. I'm just going through the list, guys. Here, Arielis. Here, Brianna's here, Chelsea's here, Natalia's here, Jalissa we know, Kiana's here, Azarel is here, Mabelli is here, Tania's here, Ashley's here, Yosef's here, Robert. Where is Robert? All right, let me see if I can go back over to the other one and see if he's still there. Will it let me? Still a couple of you guys are still in the other one, but not Robert. I don't know where he is. All right. Let me get back out of this one. So I'm just in one at a time so as not to confuse myself. Oh, Genesis, I see you came back on, but it's made you back to a... All right, so I made you back in here. Ah, damn it, now I kicked her out again. Oh, no, I see you have to. All right, I don't know where Robert is either. Hopefully he makes it here in the next 9 minutes. No problem, Genesis, I understand. Like I said, I've had some issues this morning myself with connections. Hopefully it seems to all be working now. So. Bear with me, guys. I just want to take this jacket I have off. It's getting a little warmer in here now. Caught on my mic. Damn it. No, it kicked Azarel out. All right. We'll deal with those as they come, guys. Part of the world we live in right now. Oops. Now I see what's going on. All right, guys. Hopefully some more people will come on. Again, thank you, Jamal, for coming over and watching for this. My students have worked really hard on this. So, hey, here comes Robert. Excellent. Let me make Robert. A presenter. All right, good. No problem, Robert. You're here. That's all that matters. We haven't started yet. And Azarel's back. Excellent. All 15 are here. Guys, bear with me a second. If Professor McDonald comes in, just say hello to her. I got to use the little boys' room before we start. So I'll be right back. Oops, what happened? Who moved the slides? That's how you guys move the slides. The arrows on the bottom. I'll take care of it. I got no problem doing that. That's what I was planning on doing. But if anybody wants to, you're more than welcome, especially those of you who have more than one slide. So I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah, we're just gonna do a presentation. I still do some movies, so that's what I do when I'm on here. I know that it's changed. I know what I tried to do in the second place, it all worked fine. Yeah, I can't explain that. That's fine. Yeah, I actually have the laptop in there just in case. Yeah, but my first class, I went on the laptop afterwards. Just so I could talk to them. Yeah, I could chat, but I couldn't, yeah. And I looked up how to, you know, it said that it didn't work. So I looked up how to do it. And everything started working fine. It could have been because it's fine now, so it's all that matters. All right, guys. Sorry, I had to fight my cats who wanted to get in to see our presentation. Yeah, yeah. They want to be in here when the doors. They don't like doors closed to them, so they want to be in here when that's done. I see it kicked Robert and Genesis. Oh, Genesis is back. Robert's back. Beautiful. Everybody's here. Excellent. So we'll start right around 11:30, guys. I figured that's probably I realize that now. Yeah, that must be what that happens. Who knows? But we will start right around on time because I know we have 15 people and we only have a half hour, so I want to make sure we get through it. Somebody else. Welcome, Professor McDonald. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. How are we? Hello. Nice to see everybody. I'm excited for your presentation. I see a lot of people I know in this room. Some people I haven't seen all semester, right? Well, not that I see you guys, but Mabley, hello. Kenny, Kiana, Genesis, Chelsea. All right. And then Ashley, I haven't seen this semester. I don't think Arielise, Yosef, Tania. So welcome everyone, and then some folks that I have yet to kind of meet. But then I see some of my other friends and Professor Florestal, one of my other colleagues. But I'm excited for your presentation, guys. And Professor Young is here as well. Welcome, Professor Young.
Thank you all for coming.
And Mr. Singleton. So, well, it's going to be so great. So I know everyone's probably looking forward to the end of this semester, right?
Yes.
I don't know why you think that, but it's right. This morning I couldn't get my camera and my microphone to work in my first class, so I was a little panicked. But
yeah, I was having technical issues too.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, and all of a sudden it just started working.
That's good.
Yeah, my students know I hate technology, so not my thing.
It's a necessary evil these days.
It is. It is.
So let's see. So as we look at the calendar, I'll just address Kiana's question. So the last day of classes is technically 2 weeks from today, April 8th. But then we technically have a full, like the finals week goes the following week after that. So I would say that really the semester ends on Friday, April 16th. But, check in with your professors about, final exams, when things are due and all that good stuff. So, but
you guys know ours is the 8th, is our last day.
Yeah. A lot of the English social sciences, I think, are trying to finish that last week of classes, so 2 weeks from now. But one of the things that I'll just say to you guys, since you're in EN 121, there's two, and I don't know if Professor Wigutow brought this up, but I'll just mention it. Is there's two opportunities that I tend to talk to these students about, like in EN 121. The first opportunity is there's a conference that's coming up at the end of April, so about a month from now. It's a virtual conference where if you wanted to present your work in this class, we could work on a proposal, and that conference is called the Westchester Undergraduate Research Conference. It's a one-day conference, and it's a great opportunity. Like if you've been thinking about maybe proposing to a conference, because you guys know that I've mentioned some of the other honors conferences that are outside of Monroe. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. It's called the Work Conference. But then the other thing is, like, if presenting doesn't appeal to you, and you feel like really good about your research paper, there's also the opportunity to submit it for consideration to the Northeast Regional Honors Council journal called Illuminate. So either way, if you wanted to get involved with the work conference, or you wanted to potentially submit to Illuminate, you would contact me. I just put the link to Illuminate in the chat. But consider it, because one of the things that I think that's really important is when you guys work on a big project, like this research paper you've been working on all semester, it's nice to share it with other people in different formats. So whether that's a presentation at a conference or submitting it to a journal, those are two different avenues. So I just figured I'd plug that in, but it's 11:30 and I see a lot of people are joining in, so I'm going to turn it back over to your professor, but anyone has questions, let me know.
Thank you. All right, why don't we go ahead then and get started. This class has been an unbelievable class. These guys have worked so hard. They have some really interesting topics for their research papers. I'm looking forward. They just turned in their rough drafts and are a couple of weeks away from turning in their final drafts. So I'm looking forward to reading those. And we did put this presentation together. 15 of the 16 of our students are here. We have one student who was not here today, but just making sure that she might not have shown up, but she has not. So each one was asked to do a slide or two. A couple did a couple of slides, a couple did one slide. Just kind of talk a little bit for a couple of minutes about their research project. Again, they've been in an unbelievably great class. So I've had 2 honors classes this semester, and both of them have been absolutely fantastic. So the first one I'll introduce is Haja Ba, and she'll talk more about her topic. Go ahead, Haja. You just need you to turn your camera on, and then you can go ahead and start.
Give me 1 minute. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Haja, you having problems with your camera? Haji, your mic's on. If you want to do it without the camera, go ahead. Be quicker that we get started.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're getting you. There you go.
So my my presentation is on the lives of Blacks in America. Okay. So basically, my research question was, slavery has slavery has been abolished years ago, but 2020 has been a flashback to the days of slavery. Why is this still a problem? And I wrote, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the Declaration of Independence. The fundamental rights and freedoms enshrined in the Constitution are inherited for all. Though though these rights are not included when it relates to the colored people. Throughout the history of the United States, the standing and equality of minorities, particularly those of African descent, has been debated and fought over, with many working for the goal of equality from the myriad angles. Okay. And now I wrote the lives of colored people have been endangered since the days of slavery, and some feel as though it has gotten better when in reality history just repeated itself. The only difference is that blacks aren't considered slaves to the white men anymore. Now that doesn't mean that they are still slaves, that they still aren't slaves in the United States, meaning that the justice system has kept blacks enslaved using systematic discrimin- dis- discrimination and traps such as jails and wrongful incarcerations of black men and women, as well as societal views and stereotypes of colored and other minority races, creating statistics on black lives. Whereas colored and minority races are targeted by law enforcement because of the color of their skin. The United States of America, the land of the free, where people should have the same opportunities as the rest, despite the color of their skin, gender, or even sexuality. When in reality, none of these are true if you are colored or from a minority race. And then I took some pictures from the internet of people that have been wrongfully killed by by the police by police brutality and their stories.
Good job,
That's
Haja.
pretty much it.
Sorry. I'll take care of the slides. Thank you, though.
Mhm.
All right. So next we have up, we figured we'd hold until the end if there are any questions or comments. You guys are certainly more than welcome to make comments as we go. Next up is Kenneth Cole. You can turn your mic on, your camera on, Mike, Kenneth.
Yes, give me a second. My camera now. Uh, my topic is child abuse. I chose this topic because there are children that are getting physically abused by their parents. I also have through this experience, and this topic is what interests me the most. I use Google in the database to complete my research. One thing I found during my research was that there were different types of child abuse that can affect the child and how it could affect the relationship with the parents. That's about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kenneth. I noticed that Genesis, who would be next, Genesis Duarte Suarez, was kicked off. She might be rejoining, but I think what we'll do is we'll skip. I'll come back to her slide when she comes back on, and we'll move ahead at this point then to Arielis with her presentation. Arielis, are you okay? There you go. So your mic's on. I just need you to turn your camera on. Uh-oh. Oh, no, there she is. She's still here. She's still with us. Arielis, are you there? Can you hear me? Arielis, if you can't get your camera on, your mic's on, so you can go ahead and start. It's giving her a bad connection. Yes, there you go. Oh, I see that it kicked her off as well. All right. So we will come back to her. Genesis is back on. So why don't we go back to Genesis's slide? Genesis, can you hear me? Are you back on? Genesis,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yes, Professor, I am.
Go ahead.
Hold on. My camera's turning on right now.
Okay. Oh, I skipped Brianna. I apologize. Oh no, we went back to Genesis. That's right. I apologize. Getting myself confused. Okay. Thank you, Kiana. There you go, Genesis. We got you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So my research topic is going to be on bullying's effect on mental health. And basically, this is an important topic because a lot of times in schools, you see that bullying happens countless times. And it's often seen that it happens more with a younger age group, whereas bullying, but older age groups, you notice that it's more bullying online, but bullying still the same concept. And bullying is defined by any repeated, intentional, verbal, and physical behavior that intimidates another person and makes them feel uncomfortable. And we often see it being portrayed in the movies, how someone being bullied, but oftentimes modern times that's not really how bullying goes. And bullying really has an impact on individuals because individuals who bully people oftentimes have already experienced that form of bullying themselves, and they bully other people to get that feeling of explanation as to why they were bullied, because most of the times victims, they feel as if they were the problem and they did something wrong and there was something wrong with them, when in reality most of the time people just bully people to just get pleasure out of it. And it affects the mental health in ways that people start to become very depressed. They gain a very low self-esteem. They get Bullies get pleasure off of hurting other people, so when they see other people getting hurt, they feel pleasure. But on the victim's part, that affects their mental health because they feel a sense of loneliness, like they're by themselves, that other people don't care about them, and that plays a huge part in how their thought process develops over the years that they grow. And it also affects how they go about their everyday life and how they feel about going to school or doing tasks that they would be perfectly fine doing if they hadn't experienced that type of pain.
All right. Love the dedication of doing it in your car. And I'm glad to see you weren't driving while you were doing it. So I feel better and safer with that. Good job, Genesis.
Yeah, I'm on my way to practice.
I understand. That's not a problem. I was glad to see you at least pulled over before you did your presentation. Good job. Excellent. All right. We'll try again. Arielis is back, and we're back on times, at least the right schedule. So let's see if we can get her working now. I know you're on your phone now, Arielis. So, go ahead. Whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay, fine. I had connection issues.
I'll move the slides for you.
Can you guys see me?
Yes, we got you.
Okay. So the topic I chose was DACA and why should DACA be instilled? So, what is DACA and why should it be instilled? DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, is an immigration policy that allows some individuals with unlawful presence in the U.S. brought from young to have a chance to legally work. I chose this topic because it is very common in the U.S. and for many people they hide and struggle to survive because they are illegal immigrants. Many close family and friends of mine that I know struggle as well, and this is a very common issue, especially nowadays. I did my research online as well as 2 years ago in person. I visited Washington D.C. to the immigration policy base, and this is where I was introduced to DACA, and they gave me a rundown and a breakdown of everything that consists of the immigration policy they were trying to instill, and as of today is currently instilled. And as a reflection, I learned that immigration laws on illegal immigrants are hurtful, and this policy can give them a chance in such a hard time like today during a pandemic. They can have access to things like work or even school, and they can live more calmly.
Great. Good job, Arielis. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, we move on then to Brianna Garcia. So, Brianna, you may begin. Brianna? Yeah,
Hello?
they do a lot of interesting topics. You may begin whenever you're ready, Brianna. You can turn your camera on
Okay.
if you can.
Hi
There you go.
everyone.
We got you.
Hi everyone. My name is Brianna. This is my first year into Monroe. I am a criminal justice major. My research topic I chose was human trafficking. Human trafficking to me is a very big issue, sadly, that we go through today in today's society. Um, this usually involves the force of fraud, or usually obtain some typical labor or commercial sex act. Normally, the victims of this crime is women, children, and men, but there's more cases when it comes to women and children compared to men. This includes cases around worldwide, even including the United States, as crazy as it sounds. Some things that the traffickers were used in order to get their victims would be violence, manipulation, or false promises of saying they would be well-paying jobs, or they will have them be like in a romantic relationship to lure their victims into trafficking situations. The reason why I chose this topic because this is a topic that I want to further investigate more when I go into my major, especially when I start working into the field of the FBI. I feel like this is a case that sadly we can, well, I don't want to say sadly, hopefully we can like abolish fully. For those of you who don't know, this actually has been taking place since the time of slavery. That's actually how this whole concept started. And that is all I have to say. Thank you.
Great. Good job, Brianna. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. We move now to Chelsea Gomez Roque, and her topic, as you can see on the screen right now. Chelsea, are you there?
Hi,
Now we got
everyone.
one. There you go.
Okay, so my topic is the effects of racial profiling. So, racial profiling can be described as the discriminatory practice by law enforcement officials of targeting individuals for suspicion of crime based on the individual's race, ethnicity, religion, or national origin. So I chose this topic as I believe that awareness needs to be brought to the fact that racial profiling still exists and still affects many persons of color, especially Black persons today. To find more information, I use various websites, scholarly articles, and statistical reports.
So by conducting research and writing my paper, I've learned that racial profiling can have very lasting and often detrimental effects on persons of color, such as suicide, and as well as on law enforcement and police departments, such as persons of color being on neighborhoods with persons of color being unable, being distrusting of police departments, and that we all need to work together to try and fix this issue. So, thank you.
Great. Good job, Chelsea. All right. So we move now to Natalia. I'm wearing my NASA shirt today for you, Natalia. You can begin whenever you're ready, Natalia.
Hi everyone. Is my camera on?
Not yet, no. See if you can get it working. If you can't, that's okay.
Okay, can y'all see me?
Yep, now we got you.
My
You're good.
service is a bit bad. Okay, so my name is Natalia, for everyone who don't know. I'm 16 years old. This is my first year at Monroe, and my major is hospitality management. So the topic I chose is our solar system. I chose this topic because I love learning about space. And once upon a time, I wanted to be an astronomer. My research paper is about our solar system and how it came about. I found most of my research on NASA websites and YouTube videos. While looking for research, I learned many interesting facts, such as some moons in our solar system have active volcanoes, and I was extremely fascinated by my findings. And one thing I actually learned, the Big Bang Theory, it did not actually happen by a huge explosion. It began when a nebula cloud built up a lot of pressure and collapsed on itself. I did not know that at all. Honestly, I am very interested in space, and I don't know, I might change my mind in the future.
Good job, Natalia. All right. Okay. So the next person we have is Kiana.
Hi, it completely messed up the slide, which is crazy
Yes, sorry.
because I did it on PowerPoint.
I will say, let me just make a really quick, announcement that they all sent me their slides and I copied and pasted them over. And those of you who know me, I'm not the most technologically savvy person, so it did mess up a little bit of their slides at times. So I apologize for that. But go ahead, Kiana, whenever you're ready.
Hi, so my name is Kiana. I'm not going to read off the slide, so I'll just tell you a little bit off of what I did. So I did a paper on the breakdown of serial killers, and the reason why I chose this topic is because I'm an early childhood education major. So a lot of serial killers tend to have a traumatic childhood or traumatic past, and I feel like that connected back to early childhood because it's traumatic childhoods, early childhood, it comes hand in hand. So basically, I did my research online, and I found a lot of websites where psychologists and doctors gave their opinions and they did research. And also to reflect a little more on my research, a lot of things that I learned is that the reason why serial killers tick and why they do the things that they do, and often what causes a serial killer to become a serial killer. So, yeah.
All right. Good job, Kiana. Thank you. All right. That brings us to Azarel Martinez, with her topic.
Hello. So my topic is God through the of science. I chose this topic because I think that it has been really interesting lately. I watch a video and I really like this, so I wanted to get deeper into like the research and all of that stuff. Mainly I used two different types of Bibles because they all say the same, but the way they translate it, it all depends. Like you can understand some of them better because some of them are in like old English version. I use different points of view from Christians, atheists, scientists, and a few websites. And so far, I have learned plenty. Mainly the fact that neither side will ever be right or wrong. And it's kind of like opposites attract each other. I have learned that when you combine both of these informations, there are a lot of little spaces that are not filled out, but when you put together both of them, they make like more sense and they connect with each other. And so far it has been pretty fun. So yeah.
Good. Love hearing that research is fun. Good job, Azrael. Thank you. All right, we move to our next student, who's Mabeli, who has a couple of slides on her topic. So Mabeli, whenever you're ready, you can start. And I'll move the slide for you.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, we got you.
So hello, my name is Maybelline and my topic is racial discrimination. So as you know, racial discrimination consists of treating a person, employee, or job applicant, okay, or job applicant unfavorably because of being of a certain race or because of personal characteristics associated with race, such as hair texture, skin color, or certain features. Color discrimination or now person unfavorably because of their complexion, same skin color. Racism in the work area. Racial discrimination can manifest itself in the workplace in many ways that are not always obvious. However subtle the displays of many racisms may be, they should never be downplayed. Next slide. All right. So, in other cases, most white people intentionally exclude people of colors because they maintain a racist and traditional idea. This means that employment opportunities for an African American and for a Hispanic person keep decreasing as a large organizations and even small businesses depend on social connections. However, these connections only temporarily help to increase the profits of many businesses since it is more effective to create new connections with people from different cultures because they would contribute different opinions, experience, and range in the work area. In conclusion, racial discrimination has always been in the world and within all communities. The difference is that now the violence that African Americans and Hispanic have experienced has diminished and is penalized by law, but has not completely ended. We live in a world where prejudices and decide the future of people, and when and where judgment is already a way of life. Discrimination has had a great impact on the life of many people around the world, so it is important to learn the true meaning of this word and think of strategies that could be effective to somehow paralyze this cancer called racial discrimination. Thank you.
Good job, Emily. Excellent. All right. Our next speaker is Tania. Tania Simmons. You may begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, so oh, can anybody hear me like clearly?
We can hear you fine, yes.
Okay, so the research topic I chose was education reform, and I chose that as a research topic because I am an education major who's extremely passionate about making a positive impact on my future students. And I think it was important to highlight the major shortcomings of the Department of Education to then discuss what can be done to improve student success turnout. My findings reveal that the Department of Education has not stayed true to its mission and has failed many students due to a standardized success path, overcrowded classrooms and schools, and little preparation for post-secondary life.
Good. Good job, Tania. All right, that brings us then to Ashley. Ashley Stewart. You may begin whenever you're ready, Ashley.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I apologize for the mask. I'm currently on campus. Um, but my topic is the women's uprising in sports, which is basically about how women athletes are continuing to break barriers and stereotypes that are constantly put in front of them, and also how women are just continuing to prove themselves to the world about their capabilities. So I chose this topic because I'm a female athlete myself, and it makes me happy seeing women accomplish like such great things. Also, around the time that I chose this topic on social media, I just like I saw a lot of like women doing great things, which made me want to research more to find out like the root of everything. And uh, I learned that I didn't really learn it, but through research, it was kind of proven more that when women are just given the chance, they can actually do something and just prove everyone wrong. Uh, and most of my research I found on Google and a lot of like news articles. So yeah.
Excellent. Good job, Ashley. And there's a lot of women athletes in this class, so I'm sure they all can relate to that. Excellent. All right, we move on now to Yosef. Yosef, you can begin with Yosef Tomei whenever you're ready.
All right, so I did my topic on the importance of recycling. I chose it due to the amount of limited awareness that's being spread about it. I feel like at this moment, everyone's just focused on one specific topic, and it's all about COVID. I understand it's very important, but even once we get through this, recycling everything about the world being clean is also an important factor, contributing to our survival as well. So recycling one glass of bottle saves enough energy to light a 100-watt light bulb for 4 hours. Americans throw away over 11 million tons of glass bottles and jars each year, and recycling saves 25 to 30% of the energy used to make glass from virgin materials.
All right. Good job, Yosef. All right, we have two more speakers. Next up is Robert Thomas. Robert, you can begin whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm here. 1 second, please. Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Thomas. My topic is on mass incarceration. The reason I chose the topic on mass incarceration is because it's an important social issue within our society. In addition to that, I want to learn more about the issue and who it affects. Uh, Moreover, what steps are being taken to reduce mass incarceration. I started my research with using Google Scholar search engine, and I found some great sources. I also used the school virtual library to find some sources, and I watched a few TED Talks regarding mass incarceration. During my research, the most two important points I found was that Black and Hispanics suffer the most from mass incarceration, and that the U.S. has the highest incarceration rate compared to any other country in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Good job. All right, we have one more speaker. As an English teacher, I'm happy to always read some literature. So, Annie, you can start. Annie Vasquez, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
Hi, hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Annie Vasquez. I am a first year here at Monroe College, and my research paper is about the Metamorphosis, specifically a psychoanalysis on Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis. I'll go to the next slide. Thank you. So the main topics that I talk about in my research paper are Gregor's metamorphosis, where he morphs from a human into an insect body and what it represents. The human desires portrayed through the literature, the correlation between fictional characters and Kafka, and the significance of Gregor's death at the end of the story. I've read this book before, this short story, and Kafka has been one of my favorite authors for a very long time, and that's why I wanted to have the chance to do my own psychoanalysis on this very important type of literature. Since it is a very well-known short story, I was able to find many other psychoanalyses on this specific topic, and I used the psychoanalysis written by other students in other colleges or professional writers with degrees also in my research, and also use the databases here at Monroe College to find supporting details for my own ideas in this topic. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you guys, find it interesting. And actually, I will be presenting in the NRHC conference. If you want to learn some more about this amazing piece of literature, I'll really encourage you to join and to see the presentation. Thank you.
Great, and it's very Kafkaesque, you with the giant teddy bear behind you too. It feels very Kafka as well. So, all right, that brings us to the end of our presentations. Like I said, I want to thank my students. They were awesome all semester long. They worked really hard and chose some interesting topics. Normally, I would ask if you guys have any questions. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting the honors program and supporting my students specifically. And I'll open it up, I guess, if anybody has any questions or anything they want to say before we say have a good day.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank everyone, congratulate all the students in Professor Wigutow's class. You guys did an awesome job. Because I was having technical difficulties, I had to log out and log back in using my iPad to get into the session. But it was really great to hear all your presentations. And yes, both Brianna Garcia and Annie Vasquez, who are members of this class, will be making presentations as part of the upcoming Northeast Regional Honors Council Conference. So wish them lots of luck as they embark on that journey over the next couple weeks. But thank you again, everybody, and thank you to Professors Trashinoff, Young, Mr. Singleton, Ms. Resto, Mr. Nitzwicki, all the people who logged in who are staff and faculty at the college to support the honors program. And I hope you guys have a very successful end of your semester. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Annie, do me a favor, hang out. I just want to make sure we have our time set for tomorrow because I know we're meeting tomorrow. The rest of the class, guys, have a great weekend. Great job. Annie, we did say 11. Annie, we said 11:30 tomorrow, correct?
Yes, I believe so. Let me just check.
Yep.
I wrote it down.
Perfect. I did too.
Yep, 11:30 Friday.
All right. So I'll see you tomorrow morning then. We'll both log into our normal class session.
Okay, sounds perfect.
All right. Great job, everybody. Good job.
Bye.
Have a good one.